Well, hello folks, and welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This episode is really about shop tips, and I'm going to call this shop tips number 1. My thinking is, as I do things around the shop, there might be techniques or things that I've learned over the years that might be of benefit to other people. So I thought I would just put together this little brief video, titling it Shop Tips Number 1, that will describe one of those little tips. And this first shop tips is about pre-warming spray cans or rattle cans. This is not new by any stretch. In fact, many of you out there might already be aware of this tip, but the thinking is you're pre-warming your paint cans to allow you to lay down a nice smooth coat of paint. This plastic container here just has warm water in it. I like to use a plastic bag, and the reason as a liner, and the reason I like to use a plastic bag is I don't always use my paint cans up at one time. I have a cabinet full of partially used paint cans, and I can keep the can dry this way. I can preserve the label. Those are usually a paper type of label, and they don't hold up well to water. And I can prevent the can from getting wet and rusting out. So I just use a plastic bag as a liner, and then just immerse the can into the warm water like that. Let it set for between 5 and 10 minutes. Take it out, shake it really well, put it back in for another 5 minutes, and you've pre-warmed your can. The other thing I want to talk about today is using one of these spray attachments. Now, this particular one is called Can Gun. I've had it for a number of years. I use this when I'm doing a lot of painting. If I'm just doing a quick little mist, then I'll just use my finger directly on the nozzle. But if I'm doing a lot of painting, multiple coats, large, physically large item, this is a very handy little tool to have. Picked it up at my local hardware store years ago for a few bucks. And very easy to use and allows great control of the paint. And to attach it to the can, you just align it like that. If I can get that up there so you can see it, and just snap it in. And there you go. You can adjust your can a little bit. And then of course when you pull the trigger, it presses down on this nozzle right here, and you spray your paint. Main benefit is control, I find. It gives me great ability to control, and it's a lot easier on the finger. To remove it, it's very simple. That's it. So you can transfer it from can to can. This won't work on all spray nozzles, but this standard or typical type, it will fit on. There are certain other types of spray nozzles that are not compatible with this gun, but most of the time it is. Well, that's it for really this episode of Shop Tips number 1. I'm curious what people's thinking might be. If you like the idea of this series, then drop me a note letting me know that. And if you don't, that's okay. I need to know both. Until then, thanks for watching.